Okay, hello again. This would be a worksheet 4.6a. I have this problem here with directions, two things on the directions, solve and graph, and we'll do it in that order. Well, looking at the problem, you can see there's parentheses, so distributive property should come to mind. And you have an inequality sign. And that inequality sign is less than, but it's also underlined, so it really means less than or equal to. So let's solve it first. Distributive property, that's where you do this, 3 times x and 3 times 1 to give you 3x plus 3 is less than or equal to 6. And then you would subtract 3 from both sides. Mark out your opposites. Therefore, you're left with 3x is less than or equal to 6 minus 3 is 3. And then you can finish it by dividing by 3. Mark out these 3's, which makes a 1. And you're left with an answer of x is less than or equal to 3 divided by 3 is 1. That's solving it, but you now have to graph it. And you graph it simply on a number line. Now when you take this test, they will provide you with the number line. I'll just draw one. It's just a straight line, 2 arrows. I always like to show 0, and 1 would be about right there. And remember the concept of open circle, closed circle. This is going to be a closed circle because it's less than or equal to. It's underlined. If it's underlined, it's closed. My graph is less than, so it comes out to the left. So again, solve it and graph it. Let's try another one. This one again, start with distributive property. Now watch your signs here. This is going to give you negative 3x plus 6 because two negatives make a positive. That's why it's plus 6. Is greater than negative 10. Then I would subtract 6 from each side. So this is gone. I have negative 3x would be greater than, that would be negative 16. Then I could divide by negative 3. Hear what I said? I said divide by negative 3. Remember that little trick that when you divide by a negative number, you switch the direction of the inequality sign. Again, I'll say that again. Whenever you divide by a negative number, you switch the direction of the inequality sign. Well, finishing this, I can mark out those. I'm left with x, and just 16/3 would be a perfectly acceptable answer, which is really 5 1/3. Before this test, it's really preferable to have improper fractions like 16/3. So I have it solved. My next step is to graph it. Number line, 2 arrows, 0. 16/3 would be somewhere out here. Just kind of guess where it's at. Now this would be a open circle because the symbol is not underlined. And it would be graphed off to the left because it's less than. Okay, with the third one, hit the pause button if you would, and you guys try this one on your own. Distributive property here would be negative 4x minus 12 is greater than or equal to 20. I would need to add 12 to both sides to solve it, so this is gone. That would give me negative 4x is greater than or equal to 32. So hopefully that's what you have when you hit the pause button and solved it. Then I would need to divide by negative 4. Divide by negative 4 causes me to switch that sign because it's a negative 4. I would have x there, negative 8 over there. So x is now less than or equal to negative 8. That's the solving part. Now graph it. Straight line, 2 arrows, shows 0, -8. This would be a closed circle or a filled in circle. And graphed off to the left because it's less than. One more. You guys hit the pause button and try this one if you would, please. This one, 5x minus 10 is less than -10. I would need to add 10 to both sides. I can mark out this because it's 0, but over here, that's also a 0, which is perfectly fine. You can get a 0. When you divide by 5, it's still 0. It's not no solution. It's only when you divide by 0. When the 0 is on the bottom is when you get a no solution. So this answer is x is less than 0. Notice I did not switch the sign. The direction of the sign is not changed because I divided by a positive 5. To graph it now, all I have to do is show 0. It's an open circle because it's not underlined, and to the left. Now these 4 problems all went to the left on my graph. That's just a coincidence. That's just the 4 problems I picked. They could very easily on the test be graphed over to the right if it's greater than. That's just a coincidence with these 4 problems that I happened to pick. All right, good luck with these. Thanks for watching.